Oh, wow.
This is why I train in martial arts.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? Cecil.
First of all, this is why you should not necessarily think that just because someone typically has a kind demeanor that you can't say something to them that will make them want to slap you. Will tends to have a kind demeanor. Will does not have a gangster rap persona. He doesn't have a gangster persona. That doesn't mean that you can't say something to someone to irritate them and make them want to hit you. Now, I'm not arguing right or wrong. I'm just arguing what is. Chris said something that Will didn't like, and Will took it to using hands. I personally think that anyone is capable of that. A lot of people like to think that, well, this won't happen in XYZ setting. It probably won't, but it can. And that's another reason why you should train in martial arts because sometimes things happen that are unpredictable and you should be able to protect yourself or at least handle it. And why I do a lot of stretching and things like that. If you notice when Chris got hit, I think it looks like Chris is not really stiff in the body. If he had been really stiff in the body and he didn't have any give to him when he got hit, I think the hit would have been a lot worse. And there are a lot of people that they're very stiff in their body. I guess they don't stretch, they just don't have natural flexibility. So when they're hit or they're impacted, it is a lot worse. So the fact that you can be hit by somebody, it can come so close that you don't see it coming or it's too fast for you to react. That's one reason why I have you do what I call the blade of grass technique. It's not necessarily slipping a punch, but it's because sometimes when you get hit, you don't, you can't stop it. It's there. You already got the impact to give and then come back instead of thinking you have to try to block everything all the time or thinking that you got to stand there and tough it out. No, yield. Yield to the attack. When Will hit Chris, he hit him from the right side of the body. From his right, hitting Chris on the left side of his body. That's why your forms, if you do that type of martial arts training where you do the prearranged, patterns, that's why they start with you responding with your left out because the person is coming from their right will connect to your left. That's why if you're going to try to intercept it with your hands, it's going to be typically be coming to the left side of your body. Look at how when Will Smith approaches Chris, Will's bent like this. That's symbolized in your forms when you do like this and you go at June B. It's like an aggressive, angry stance. And a lot of people like to say when they see these forms, the critics of traditional martial arts, they'll say something like, "Oh, you're not going to have time to react. When it comes, and nobody's going to let you know they're going to attack you." Chris Rock saw Will Smith coming. So if Chris Rock wanted to react violently, if that was his main thing, he had time to do so. Now, what I will say this, and this may make people angry. And it may cost me some prospective future students, but if you expect me to teach you or your child to, if you were in Chris Rock's situation, to not react like Chris Rock did, to go hi or kya kya kya, whatever, throw them, come up in there with some uppercuts. If you think that's how Chris Rock should have responded, and that I would not want my students to respond exactly like Chris Rock responded, I am not the martial arts instructor for you. I'm not. I think the way that Chris Rock handled it was perfect. He demonstrated the Taekwondo tenet of self control. He de escalated the situation. He could have escalated it because he is definitely a words grandmaster. He could have said some things to be more hurtful. What? I can't even think of because I'm not a professional comedian. But I know Chris has the ability. He could have said some things even way more hurtful, escalated it, and things could have really got out of hand, but he didn't. He yielded. Christian thing of turning the other cheek, too, by the way. He let it go. And I actually commend him for that. So now let's get more into the clip, and I'll just interject here and there with things that are more of a technical analysis. Let's take a look.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
So he said, he had time to formulate a plan of attack if he was going to be, a counter fighter. But the more I look at it, you see how he leaned forward a little bit and had his head down. Makes me wonder, maybe Chris Rock does have some kind of boxing training, and maybe he was prepared to take a hit or slip a punch.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked. Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Another reason why Chris Rock got hit, it was just because of the angle and direction of that type of a blow. If it's coming down here below your line of sight, anybody can be hit. Anyone can be hit. I could be hit. I don't care how much training I got. I could be hit if I'm not expecting it, or it's just coming at the right angle. Anyone can be hit. Once again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and please share this with people that like to talk about martial arts and self-defense situations. This type of situation is the type of violence that the majority of us are going to experience because most of us are not going off the war. Let's just be realistic. Peace, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.